On today's podcast, we're going to be talking about social distance awareness, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, warehouse safety tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast.
The title of our podcast today is Stay Close to Distancing. Yes, we were trying to throw some levity onto a not-so-funny subject, but at the same time, we need to stress the importance of being social distancing aware. For a moment there, some of the safety signs and floor markings were starting to disappear, but with the new variants and cold weather approaching, it appears that we're going to be in the grips of enhanced social distancing once again. Prior to the pandemic, we were doing all sorts of things to remain hygienic and socially distancing ourselves. Now that we've been doing it for almost 2 years, we have a pretty decent handle on what to continue with. The full list of measures would take far too long to mention, but here are a few great places to start. By now, your facility should have measures in place for good social distancing. This will include an action plan and, in most cases, signs and/or floor markings reminding you of those plans in reference to where you are at the time. Knowing and, even more importantly, following those plans, signs, and floor markings will be half the battle. Wearing appropriate PPE, following your kindergarten rules, which is wash and keep your hands to yourself and cover your mouth by coughing and or sneezing into your elbow, standing apart generally 6 feet from fellow staff members whenever possible, and staggering breaks and lunches to limit the number of people that are together in any place at any time. If possible, implementing a one-way traffic flow and sanitizing whenever appropriate. Now again, these are just a few of the many things that we can do to remain hygienic and socially distanced, but by doing just the items mentioned, we'll be well on our way to staying safe.
Before moving on, here's a word from one of our sponsors. If you've ever been to or worked in a warehouse, you know just how important safety is to both management and staff. It's almost impossible to go 10 steps without seeing safety tape, angles, signs, and/or safety products. It's these items that show us how to be safe and avoid danger in the workplace. And if you're looking for the best products to make this happen, look no further than Mighty Line. Mighty Line floor signs and floor markings offer the best industrial products out there. We're proud to have Mighty Line as the official floor sign and floor marking company for the Warehouse Safety Tips podcast and site. Go to mightylinetape.com/safety tips to request a sample pack of their incredible safety signs and floor markings. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Warehouse Safety Tips. If you visit warehousesafetytips.com, you'll find the show notes for this episode and access to all of our blog posts, previous podcasts, advertiser information, and much more. Thank you for listening to Warehouse Safety Tips and have a safe day.